All right, so if you're looking at a new mower or you're looking for a new mower and you're considering either gas or electric, or maybe the more appropriate situation is you probably have a gas mower and you're thinking about upgrading to electric, I want to show you the pros and cons of each one. So to get started here, this is actually my father's lawnmower. So this is a Honda mower. This is probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, could be even 10 years old. I believe, don't hold me to this, but I believe that Honda no longer makes a 21-inch gas-powered motor. I think they got out of the market as of this date, but I received this from my dad. I have another gas mower, which is a John Deere, and I love the John Deere. I've used it forever, and I still have that. And then about 2, maybe even 3 years ago, I can't remember exactly, I purchased the Toro. This is the Toro Vortex, and so it has the 60-watt max battery operated lawnmower here. And I've used this for about, like I said, 2 or 3 seasons, almost every week. And so I want to tell you the pros and cons of each. I want to start out with some of the pros of the gas mower. What I love about it is it's actually very solid. When you lift it, you push it, you run behind it, like it's solid. It's made out of metal, mostly metal. This is a kind of it's not plastic, but it's a really hard type of product to withstand, you know, problems that could happen underneath a lawnmower. But it's a very, very solid mower. So I like that. This mower, on the other hand, the battery operated mower, it's lighter, which is great, but it's just, I mean, the handle's flimsy. It's just, you know, it's actually kind of a pop metal also deck, which is a little bit different than this particular deck, but it's flimsy. I like that it's light, but it's just a little flimsy. Another thing I like about the gas mower or gas engine mower is that it has a lot of power. Now, these battery operated mowers like Toro, like Ego, like all the other brands, Milwaukee, DeWalt, there's so many now. They're getting better. They're definitely getting more powerful and getting longer life out of their batteries. And that's gonna continue to improve as time goes on. But this thing is a powerhouse. And why I like the power is because if you have a longer grass, like now, the last 2 weeks, it was kind of cold and rainy, and so the grass has really taken off. This is 1 week's worth of growth in the lawn. And this one, it doesn't struggle, but it just doesn't have the power to give you that real nice, clean cut. Where this Honda, or this motor-operated, kind of gas-operated mower, it's really what I want to say, has the power to just whack this grass down. And when you're done, it looks very, very clean. Quality of the cut is amazing. And there's a lot of factors to mowing, but one of the factors that I really keep for me as a high priority is quality of cut. I want that cut to be very clean. I want it to be flat. I want it to be even. I want it to look nice. And this particular mower does that. And the reason why it does that is because it has so much power. Now, when I compare that lack of power over here to the battery operated Toro, this could be an Ego or a Toro. I mean, it could be any of the brands. They're all kind of close to being the same. The high-end battery operated mowers are really close in quality, in my opinion. This one here, when you're cutting the lawn, it will cut this. I may run out of battery sooner than later if it's super long, but it will cut it. And it does a decent job. If quality of cut is not a high priority for you, it may not be a problem. But I love a high quality cut because the lawn just looks so much better in my opinion. And then another thing when we go to the idea of power is that with the extra power that this gas motor gives you, when you're mulching, it's actually cutting the grass blade and throwing it back up in the deck again and cutting it again before it releases it down into the turf. And so you need a lot of power to do that appropriately. I mean, a lot of times back in the days, the way technology was developed, the motors, the gas motor mowers didn't even have enough power to mulch correctly. And they started to figure that out and have better technology and wind flow underneath the decks. But this thing just mulches so much better than the battery operated mower. So if you like to mulch, it's still hard to beat the gas-powered motor because it just does such a great job mulching. And again, when you're mulching, it leaves that cleaner cut. When you're bagging, it has more power to throw the grass in the bag, which allows you to get more grass in the bag versus this one. On this mower here, the battery-operated mower, I have to stop a lot more to empty the bag. It just won't fill it completely full, where this one here will actually fill it almost all the way full. It's super heavy, but I like that because I have to stop less often, empty it out. So the power is great for mulching. The power is great for quality of cut. So when it comes to mulching and quality of cut, this mower definitely wins there. So what do I like about this mower, which is the battery operated mower? Well, first of all, I love that I don't have to change the oil because I can just let this sit all winter. I don't have to worry about leaving gas in the carburetor. I don't have to put stabilizer in the fuel. I don't have to change a spark plug or anything like that because it's a battery operated motor. And so that's great. The maintenance is much lower. I also like that this is light. It's very easy to maneuver around and move around because it's so light. I like that it doesn't, when the lawn's wet and the soil is moist, it doesn't have the weight to kind of press into the yard and leave ruts. So it has a tendency to leave less ruts in your lawn because you don't have as much weight pressing on the lawn, leaving those ruts. And a lot of times on the outside of the lawn is where we see those ruts, is because we're constantly going over the same area over and over again. And so that starts to leave a rut usually 2 times around the outside of the lawn. So I like that about this. But if you don't care about quality of cut, you don't mulch that often, this is fine. This is a nice mower. It's light. Another advantage is that this happens really easily. You flip this handle up, take off this bag, and then just flip this up like so, and boom, you can store it in your garage. If you want to scrape the deck, you can get out your putty knife and scrape the deck, and you don't have to worry about that. That's really cool. I like that it has lights. I can't tell you how many times I've been at night and I ran out of light. I love having the lights. The lights on this mower are amazing. Seems silly, thought it was dumb when I first bought it with lights. Probably wouldn't want another electric mower if it didn't have lights. Like, lights are key to me. Another thing I like about the electric mower is that if you turn it up or turn it on its side like this, you're not gonna flood the carburetor, gas isn't gonna leak out, so you're not gonna have to worry about that. So that's really neat too. And again, it just stores and goes back up really easy there. Some things that I don't like about this particular mower is that with the battery, sometimes if I forget to charge it, which has happened to me before, there's a delay in getting it done. If the lawn's super long like today, like I may get through the whole lawn in a normal situation today, with it being so long, I may not finish, and because I'll run out of battery. Well, you could say, well, John, the solution is just buy another battery. Well, batteries are expensive, so I could do that, and that is a solution, but to me, that's still a disadvantage of this mower is because I do, they talk about if you have a battery operated car, you have range anxiety. I have mower time anxiety, like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it through my lawn? And this is gonna depend on the size of the lawn you have and how many batteries you need to kind of get that done appropriately and all those things. So I don't like that I kind of have to worry about the battery. I got enough gas in the gas-powered mower to get through multiple weekends of cuts, so I like that there. I don't like that this mower doesn't mulch well because it just doesn't have the power to do it, and I don't like that the quality of cut is less than the gas-powered mower because it just doesn't have the power. Also, I'm kind of very careful about getting water around these electric mowers, so I have cleaned the deck out with water before, but if you're going to use water around here, you must be very careful. So those are some of the advantages of that battery-operated mower. To come back to here, the advantages of this gas mower, again, to repeat myself, quality of cut is the best I've seen. Mulching is really good, and it puts more grass into the bag if you're bagging, and the quality of cut is just superb. Like, you can't beat it. And to me, very high priority quality of cut. If I'm going to spend this much time on my lawn, when it's cut, I want it to look like a really nice haircut. I want it to be A+. So you got to decide what's important to you based on what I've been sharing with you so far and what's not, because I'm not going to say that one is better than the other. And I know a lot of times we do these videos and you want to know exactly which one should I buy. It kind of depends on your needs and your priorities and what you like or dislike about the quality of the mowers, the quality of the cut. Do you mulch? Do you not mulch? Do you bag? Do you not bag? How big is your yard? Do you have enough battery? Do you want multiple batteries? You know, all these things come into play there. So if I was to do it again and I had a gas operated mower, I would probably just keep it, quite honestly, because the technology is proven. It works great. You know, you're going to have to change the oil once a season, put a spark plug in every 2 or 3 years, blow out the air filter, take the gas out in the fall, put some stabilizer in there if you don't take the gas out. So there's a few little things you got to do, but man, it's solid. It feels good. It cuts great. I just feeling this, like the bar moves on this kind of janky, and you know, you hit the drive and it slowly drives. You hit the drive here, it goes instantaneously. Like, it has a great transmission in it. You hit the blade goes. It's just a solid piece of equipment. And even though Honda, if it's true that Honda doesn't make the 21-inch mower anymore, you still got good manufacturers like Toro makes a great engine mower. I'm sure, I don't even know if Home Depot and Lowe's even sell gas powered motors anymore. That's something you'd have to check in, but Snapper makes a great gas engine mower. So if it was me and I had one of these, I would keep it. I like to get one. I wanted to try the new technology. I wanted to play with it. I wanted to see how it works, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I have it, and so I'll keep it. Also, I like them both, but this is my baby. I'm gonna stick with the gas engine as my favorite choice. Again, quality of cut and mulching. And there's one other thing. So here's the bonus tip. This is the bonus thing I've learned about these two mowers, which actually I didn't think about this until I actually had the battery operated mower. These battery operated mowers in general are horrible with bagging and crunching up leaves in the fall. So if you're a person that has trees with leaves falling, and you prefer to crunch them up and suck them up, right now, in this day and age, a battery operated mower is horrible at crunching up and sucking up leaves. Can it do it? Yes. Does it do it okay? Yes. Some people might say, I don't know what you're talking about. My battery operated mower, John, does it just fine. It is nothing in comparison to a gas powered mower, because the suction is so much more. It grabs the leaves from the side and sucks them in. It chops them up multiple times. I can get more leaves in the bag on this one. So if you got to deal with leaves, no way. But so what I do is, for the last 2 or 3 years, I was actually mowing with this battery operated Toro every week. And then in the fall, I'd go get a gas powered mower, one of mine, because I have 2 of them at the shop. I just grab one, bring it home, and I would use the gas power motor to do leaves in the fall for that last month. For us, it's usually half of October and maybe half of November, so 30 days in there. This thing's horrible at leaves. I mean, if you got to deal with leaves, no. It doesn't have the power. It doesn't have the crunching ability. The battery dies super fast. You know, this gas power motor here, and most of them, you can have a pile of these that are ridiculous, and you can just run over them with the mulcher kit on and just mulch those things up. It's just amazing what it does. And then you can go back over it with the bag, clean up all those little leaves, and not have to grab so much leaves in there. And so that's a trick, is to just mulch them up first, then you go back and bag it again over your lawn. So 2 passes, you can do a lot of good with leaves with a gas powered motor just like this. So when it comes to leaves, no, yes. I hope that was helpful for you on which one you'd like to buy. Again, no right or wrong answer. Kind of take in consideration all the things that I've mentioned and decide what's important to you. And if quality of cut and mulching is important to you, I would steer you this way. If that's not as important to you and you just want ease of use, low maintenance, light, just mow the lawn, be done with it, that's good enough for you, this may be just fine for you also. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to create another video that talks about battery operated hand tools. So that's your edgers, your trimmers, your blowers. I absolutely love the battery operated hand tools. When it comes to talking about mowers, I have an opinion of which one I like. When it comes to hand tools like a string trimmer, an edger, a blower, hands down, little spoil to the next video, but I would rather have a battery operated hand tool any day. And we'll talk about the reasons why than a gas powered hand tool, but that's for the next video. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the mow. And remember, green lawns make you smile.